Hi, my name's Traci Cornelius. I'd like to welcome you to Get Creative with Traci. Now, I've been getting ready for a really big show that I'm exhibiting at, and one of the items that I had out on the table the other day were these really cute jumbo paper clips. And for a number of people that have been visiting recently, they were just like, wow, they are so cute, we'd really like to know how you made them. So that's what today's video tutorial is going to be on. It's how to make these little jumbo clips, and they are super cute. So the clips just came from an ordinary office supply store. One of the things that I love about this one is because we are going to be using the Our Builder punch and use different sections, it's a perfect time to use up scraps. I keep all of mine into A4 bags. I have folders for my cardstock, and then each one has the scraps file within it as well. So the first thing that I will do is just pick out some scraps, and then I will punch out everything in its entirety. She says. Okay, so that's one. And then I would do the same in the next cardstock. So I've got Melon Mambo, and then this one is Crumb Cake. And then I will take one of the little strips that I have of Whisper White, and this is just for the eyes. So I usually just try to position that in, and if I do it at an angle, can you see that I've got the two larger eyes and the tiny little sections. So, just moved it, that's fine. And then I will do that twice. Just remove the odd little bits, and that's just for the eyes for the owls. Okay, again just moving those odd bits. So the tiny little bits I'm also going to need, so just pop those to one side at the top so they don't get lost, and then the larger parts are going to be the basis of the owl's eyes. Now what I will usually do is I'll actually punch out two of each of these. So in fact I'll just go ahead and do that anyway. And the reason for that is because I like to have mine covered, I keep turning it over, for the front and for the back. So again, just going to do the same with the Melon Mambo. Okay, and now we can start building our little owls up. So I like to do opposites, so that really makes everything pop then. So the way to do that is I will use my Tombow glue, because it's a really good adhesive, and it also means that I've got a little bit of time to play around and move it into position. So just adding some of the Tombow glue, and then position this into place. And all you're going to do is match it up to the bottom, so that's fairly easy. And then the next stage is to do the larger part of the eyes, and they just sit on the top. So everything is literally, you see, it's just going to sit on the top here. So everything is really easy for you to position, you don't even have to think about it very much. Do the same with the other one, and you can see that that's already coming together really well. So for this one it's going to be the pink, so I'm taking the medium sized circles and again I'm just going to line that up with the bottom section here, so again it gets positioned really easily. Same again with the next one. And can you see that you've now already got what looks like the little beak? And then you could leave it like that, that still looks really cute, but I do like just to add the little whites for the eyes as well. It is a little bit more fiddly because obviously they are tiny, tiny pieces. If it makes it easier, you can use the paper piercing tool to position it. And just play around with that until you're happy. Adding on the next one. Now how cute is that? That tiny little owl is so, so cute. So just to make sure that everything looks really good, I'm going to do exactly the same again, and then we can have the same on the front and the back of the jumbo paper clip. These ones make really good bookmarks as well, if you've got some children that really like doing that. So adding it on. So again you're just going to line up exactly the same way that we did before, adding some of the Tombow and then using the punched out sections as a guide as to where to put the eyes. The medium sized circles then go on. So if you wanted to even do these for children's party bags, you know, for little party presents, that type of thing, again you can see that it would be quite easy to make a number of these in a very short space of time. Or even if you make things and then sell them at craft fairs, these are perfect, and everybody loves the owls. They really do, because they're super cute. I've had customers of mine that have become customers just purely because of this owl punch. Okay, the fiddly bit is nearly done. So that after I've stuck it to my finger. Okay. So all we would do is you don't waste any of the other bits because they can then be opposites, and that's how you would then go ahead and build the other one. But just to save time, just move all these little tiny bits out of the way. When you go to build the paper clip, you want one to be on the bottom and lay your paper clip over the top. Now I will often use our Stampin' Dimensionals. If you want to make it a little bit more secure on the paperclip bit first, you can always add on a few glue dots. And that would just make sure that it stays into place as you're putting in the glue, the Stampin' Dimensional, sorry. So I don't know if you can see that, but I've just put them all the way around the top in an arch. And now I can add the dimensionals. And I would just pop them either side. For the ones in the middle, I'll often use the little sections that you've got at the corners. and then that works really well too. So then that can pop that up, and then we just want one more at the top. Peel off the backing. And then you're going to lay the owl over the top by lining it up. And you've got one little bookmark. Now there is one last thing to do, and I think this really does make a big difference between it looking good and it looking great, and that's our crystal effects. The crystal effects is basically a clear lacquer, and this will just give it a plastic type finish. I've been using mine quite a bit recently, and unfortunately so is my daughter, which means that it's a little bit bunged up. If you do have that, you can either use your paper piercing tool just to re-pierce the top, or you can just use like a little needle or something. So I'm going to start at one corner. Still got it bunged up a little bit. And then spread it out. Try not to spread it around too much because you don't want to create air bubbles. So you want a nice smooth finish. But just liberally put that all over. It will take a little bit of time to dry, so you'll want to pop it just to one side and let that dry. I'm not going to lift it up because I don't want the lacquer to run, so you will need to keep it on a flat surface. But once it's completely covered, like I said, just leave it to dry, and what you would do is make up a number of these, lacquer them all, and then you can leave them to dry. And from these ones you can see, but for these ones I remade these so I could show you that this side is lacquered and then this side isn't, and it really does make a big difference. Just makes everything look a little bit more professional. So there you go, that's how to make some little owl jumbo clips or bookmarkers. Thanks very much for watching. I do have a number of other tutorials, so please do take a look and leave me a comment. Always love to hear from you. And don't forget to visit my blog at www.getcreativewithtraci.co.uk. Thanks very much. Bye.